Good morning. Today is Thursday, October 11, 2018, and I'm Joe Paul, the local president. Well, first of all, I wanted to report that, as I mentioned in the last video, we have 4 grievances from the Orlando PNDC and the Seminole PNDC and the clerk craft that are up at step 3 right now, being held in abeyance because I demonstrated 12 full-time regular jobs in both of those places. Now, it's being held in abeyance because, as I mentioned before, there's a national level dispute where the Postal Service is now arguing that they should not be able to, or the union should not be able to use PSE hours to try to create additional full-time regular jobs, which is ridiculous. We've won that plenty of times already, but it's a national thing, a national case. So keep your fingers crossed. We feel like we'll be pretty comfortable with a victory down the road on that. An unusual amount of discipline this last 2 or 3 weeks with 2 or 3 removals. I just stopped a couple of them. But, you know, you still have to come to work, but they're not all attendance related. We have some for failure to follow instructions, things like that. So a couple removals, a lot of 7 to 14-day suspensions and letters of warning. So kind of pay attention, you know, because management's watching every move. That's the flavor of the month right now, attendance. So just kind of keep your eye on that. DBCS and Craft Crossing. Kathy Holmes on Tour 3, where the DBs are, and Tour 1, but it's not happening so much on Tour 2. But the one-man staffing cases. She's meeting with Robin Cameron, this USPS Step 2 designee, and they're about to come to some good settlements. So she's patiently waiting for management, really, but she's trying to get these settled at the lowest step. So even though they seem like they take a while, it's the Postal Service dragging their feet on these. And so just kind of stay a little patient. She's on top of that. If you see management doing your work, like I heard just yesterday that in some of the stations that they're actually emptying trash and doing custodian work. We don't want them doing any of our work. Rural carriers, city carriers, mail handlers, nobody does our work but our people. We just had 2 rallies. If you remember last week I was talking about them, but they happened this last Monday on the holiday. We had one in Orlando. We were in front of Azalea Park, you know, in front of the Azalea Park station, and it was from 10 to 12. We braved the heat. It was pretty long, pretty hot, but it turned out great. I took a lot of photos. Then I drove back to Lakeland, where we had another rally, and I had to do the same there. We didn't have heat, we had rain. It started to rain on us, but we still weathered all that. We took photos. They're on your Facebook page. I also sent them to the National APW. And in this email, where I'm gonna have this video, I'll also have a link. All you have to do is click on it. Want to search the website for it, just click on it, and you'll see our photos and a lot of other locals around the country that are on there for this U.S. Mail's Not For Sale rally. Always request a steward when you get an investigative interview, even if an inspector comes in. We had that here recently where the inspectors, just, you know, good guy, bad guy, they always bring 2. They're bad guy, really. That's the way you need to look at it. If they want to talk to you, I don't care what it's about. You request a steward. It doesn't make you look guilty. It just makes you look smart. Request a steward so we can be there with you and make sure we walk you through all that. If you receive a letter of demand where the Postal Service is sending you something, say, mostly you'll see this at the stations, you know, where you work the window. Let us know. Request a steward and we'll be on top of that. Once we get a grievance in the system, they can't touch your money until the grievance is adjudicated. So make sure, and you have 14 days, as always, make sure you get in touch with us. Let's see, we're working on a pre-arb settlement for the VMF. We had a big settlement there where right now Vega, your vehicle maintenance guy, or craft director actually, and he also does VMF, MVS, but he just got a big settlement and he's going over all the paperwork. He sent it to me. Now we're carefully going over it because some of it was in 2009, 2013, 2015. We want to make sure we don't miss anybody. So we're carefully going over that, and once we get that monetary settlement for the correct people, we'll make sure it's done correctly. I see, as always, we're having problems with the management staff, or not some of them, not all of them, in the maintenance craft in Orlando and Seminole. We don't like the way they're doing the bids. We have some problems with that. They're not moving people properly. Another issue, where if you remember correctly, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago in the video, we talked about where they wanted to change some of the stations and branches. Before, if you remember, I got the PTRs. We got the jobs all lined up to where they were full-time regular. Then they reposted them. Well, about a month ago, they reposted a few more. So now, some of the station managers are complaining that the offices are dirty because they're not able to get as many people there as they want through the week, really. So they're going there maybe a different station a couple days a week. They want them there longer. So now we had a meeting the other day with Ben Love, Horace Nelson, myself, Bob McSorley, and all the maintenance staff in the Orlando PNDC, and we're going over that. And we saw a lot of jacked up figures, wrong information. So we got to come back to that in another week or two when they start getting their stuff together, so to speak. But we're looking at that. We're not happy about it. We don't want to see anybody's job reposted for anything. As we find out more, I'll let you know. But we're all about taking care of you. The MVS department been pretty smooth lately. I mean, they just had some annual bidding. They're going through the annual bidding for the different jobs. You know, in the MVS craft, they bid jobs either every 2 years or every 1 year. They elect to go 1 year, so all the bids go back up and all the different runs, and people apply for jobs that way. Our goal here locally is to see as many PSEs converted to career or full-time, PTFs to full-time. So as of within the last 2 years, our local has probably been one of the larger ones around that's got the most. We've got over 140 PSEs converted to full-time and career, and PTFs converted to full-time. It's over 140. That's incredible, and we're going to stay on track, and we're not going to stop until we get everybody converted. That's our goal. So anyway, I want to stop for today and just let you know, thank you as always for being members of our Central Florida Area Local and proud members of the American Postal Workers Union. Thank you.